Hi, John Wanoa here, Auckland, New Zealand. Today is Friday the 5th of November 2015, and just bringing you a little update on where we are progressing with our court case against the police officers and the landowners of 77 Cook Street, Auckland Central. It used to be 61 Cook Street, and then went to 1 bar 61 Cook Street, and then to 77 Cook Street, and then to 90 Wellesley Street. So it's changing its addresses a few times. However, that's not going to deter us from going ahead with our own case, levelled up against the Crown and their Queen, which is more or less something other than the normal sovereignty issues. As far as the monarch is concerned, as with King George the 5th and 6th, that is in line with the Queen Elizabeth and Prince Charles and Prince William. So with the police reports, they're saying something about me and Prince William. No, it's not Prince William, it's King William the 4th of 1835. Our Declaration of Independence flag is here in the back. That's our legacy, right back. That's not broken in our monarch and our sovereignty to King William the 4th, and directly to King Ernest Augustus V. That's the bloodlines of the male dominant DNA to King George III and King George IV, King William IV, and King Ernest Augustus I. So that's our hapu native connection to Britain, as it is UK, that I'm going under with our court case in this book. So I'm going to be putting all of this online for you to see before our court hearing on the 17th of November 2015, and responding to the police who are charging me. That's Natalie Flowerdew Brown. She's charging me with forcible entry onto the land block that I've been trying to get off them for a long time because it's fraud. And it's going to show, unfortunately, it's going to show for them the mass corruption inside this government in New Zealand is a reason why they don't want to go into Facebook as being admissible evidence in their courts, whereas in England or Britain, UK, that it's admissible to have Facebook, and everything in this book is on Facebook. Okay, all of Cook Street that you see on my sites, including our website moaipowerhouse.com, MOAIENERGY.com. You'll see 61 Cook Street there again with the same two owners, James Pierce Brown and Simon Brent Roundtree, in their full glory of fraud, linked back to Douglas Rickard Bell, linked back to Jamie Peters. You see, I've done it all the way through to hook them all in the fraud. As others who are tampering with our evidence is the police. Aaron Pascoe, Sergeant, Detective, Senior Sergeant and Criminal Investigator, Aaron Pascoe was the first one to tamper with all the evidence in our court case. It's going to catch them. And then Tim Duffy, he tampered with our information too by trespassing me off that land when it's a fraud. So it'll come out. It'll come out. In the end, the British are watching you people. They're watching me too, because they know this is a British title. And the titles you have on there that are crooked are land information titles that are created by the government of Wellington and New South Wales government of Australia. So you've got a problem there. You haven't got a problem because I've been at this for a long time. I'm not going to let this one go. So I'm just preparing my case for you, Natalie Flower Brown, and you better get all your stuff ready. And you better have sovereignty. That's one of my questions, is where do you get your sovereignty from if you haven't got it already, or even haven't even got a flag that's got any substance underneath it to Britain? Then where's your military to protect you, other than yourself, from any other country who won't trust you? They don't trust you or John Key. They'll trust us more because they know we're the owners of this land. And MOAI statue. You see the MOAI statue there in East Ireland? That was in England on the Rugby Cup, World Cup games. That MOAI came out of the ground. That just happens to be my ancestral history here in this country. And Ngāpuhi, Tainui, and whoever else wants to call them Moai, not Maori. Not Maori. That's your invention. You Pākehās made that invention up to deceive and to extort money out of people's bank accounts. And that's what I'm going to show up here, Natalie. I'm going to show why you devious white people use capital letters in my name to extort money through devious use of capital letters and lowercase. I see you put your name in lowercase, Natalie Flower Brown. Why did you put your name in lowercase and mine in uppercase? You better explain that in the court hearing. I'm telling you in this video, you better explain that. Why you did that to me, to take me into that court. You as a police prosecutor, and I'm a private prosecutor. I can call myself what I want, especially with these titles, these two title memorials here, that you haven't got nothing up against. You haven't got no titles in this land. And I've never heard of that name before, Flower Brown. Where did that come from? You see how you got here? You got here on the back of Maoris. The Maoris, that's an invention of your crown. And it's falling apart. And even with Prince Charles here. Prince Charles, this one for you. Do not, by any circumstances, use King William's flag, the 1835 Declaration of Independence flag. This flag here, that's our flag. That's not your business to go into King George IV, King George III, as the father of King George IV and King William IV and King Ernest Augustus I. That is our title, male line only. You're on the female corrupted line. You're on the corrupted King George I, second, and fifth and sixth line of corruption with the Rothschilds. Banknotes, you've corrupted King William's banknotes and his bank acts of Westminster Parliament. And now your mother has taken off. Charles, your mother has taken off into the EU Parliament as a conflict of interest here in this country. And us, our chiefs up at Titi Marae, I've been up there and had a meeting with them. We're just about to demolish you and your 1840 fraud treaty memorial, stone made of concrete. Okay, it's not made like this, out of the earth of its own country. You've made it out of concrete, first concrete here, and put 1840 on it, and then duped everybody. Now, Prince Charles, this is for you. While you're in this country, do not, under any circumstances, collude with Maoris here, the iwis here, Ngāti Whātua, with the spirit of adventure, with this flag on it, because you're going to go for a big skate. You already got 970 million trillion pound note on your head. That's the green one I got online. It's been there for a while now, and the British are watching you. They don't like you, Charles, and they don't like John Key either. And all you corrupted, crooked people who are duping around with our people here in this country. And all those Pākehās who support you will get the bill too. That's what's going to come out of this book. After we finish this court case on Cook Street, it didn't matter which way it goes, you're still going to get caught out, because the Pope has demolished your UCC laws, your civil laws, and every law of mortgage fraud that's in this book and in this case that you've levelled against me. Okay? You are the crooks behind all the fraud that the Pope Francis has destroyed all corporations and trusts, and you are one of them. 14 of your companies, 14 of your police companies, Mike Bush, you're the police commissioner of I've been after you fellas for a long time, you and Peter Marshall. Peter Marshall ran away because he's right in the crooked, thick of it, of fraud and corruption inside the system here. You're going to get caught because the British are watching me. They are watching me, and they'll go after you because I have control of our MOAI statute and our existence before you even got here. Okay? You have the cheek. You Pākehās have the cheek to put all these things on me and the marshals. You underestimated us. We have the United Nations Indigenous lawyers coming here and to whack you people in the head for not complying with our way of doing things on our own land, country. You are only occupying the land. That's what I'm saying. I know real estate back to front. You don't. You don't know real estate. You're not even a lawyer either. I'm taking on both those roles, and I'm showing you, all of you are going to get the bill. All of you are going to get the bill, and the British military will go after you for it. I'm just warning you people, do not flick around with our flag. We've had it all this 180 years. We've had it for 180 years, and you've got away with all the money you've got and all the best pieces of land in this country. Flip you. That's what you have done, and our people are still grieving, trying to settle out for less than 1% from you mongrel bastards. Okay, that's what I say. I'll call you bastards, because you know what? There's a Bastards Act in here, in King William's 1830 to 1837 Acts. There's a Bastard Act there, right for you, in here, and a Hanging and Chains Act, in that book, in this book. Okay, that we can level on you, once we get over the top of you with this, in this country. Okay, we had enough of you. We had enough of you, people. Now you police, you better take note of what I'm saying here, because it's not the same country anymore with this crooked Prince Charles and his paedophiles. You got paedophile here. That's a paedophile. He's a paedophile. Okay? Him and his mother have killed babies. You police, you better wake up to this, because we're not going to take any more shit anymore from you people colluding with those people. Right? I'm telling you straight to your face on this video that we've had enough. The Maoris are duped. They can't do anything because of the word Maori that you've made and make them jump up and down. And now we're going to do something about it. The United Nations is not the same United Nations anymore. It's a new United Nations. Okay? It's this. Right on my hat. Okay? It's St. Patrick's Order of the Church. The St. Patrick's Church, Irish. Now I'm flipping fucking Irish. Alright? I'm Irish as much Irish as got in that than you mongrels here dicking around with our laws, dicking around with our people, and dicking around with the rest of the people in the world. Alright? That is King William, King of Ireland, King of Scotland, King of Ireland, King of England, okay? And King of this country, you assholes. This is in here. Yeah, right? You don't have to say it so many times. Waste of time talking to you people. It's a waste of fucking time talking to you people here. It just goes in one ear and out the other. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. We've had enough. The people of the world have had enough, and I don't care because I wear this hat. I wear this hat because I have the right, the legal right. What's this flag? You have no flag here, Jonky. You have no flag of anything. And we're going to get the numbers around the world with this and this, because more people are getting to know who we are, really, and who you are, a bunch of crooked thieves. Right? The whole bloody lot of you are crooked bunch of thieves, right in the police, right in everything in the government, and Sean Elias. Sean Elias is the Chief Justice in the Supreme Court. You have already got one against you all these years, that you have crooked with the Governor-Generals and Jerry Matapara, and you too. You have crooked all this with King William, with Prince William. You haven't even acknowledged our flag of the 1835. You haven't got anything to stack up against it. You can't touch it anyway because it's a private contract. It is a private contract between the Hapu chiefs and the British military. Okay, so the military's got more interest in us financially and investment-wise to recover all that money, 970 million trillion pound note from you lot of thugs. That includes the Rothschild banks, Evelyn Rothschild, and that includes the Pope himself, even though he made the laws, the new laws, with this hat. Okay, even though he used the 8-point star of King William IV. Okay, he hasn't got any Admiralty. There's the Admiralty right in the middle there, right? Can you see that horse in the middle? You assholes, that's King William's horse and his ship of Admiralty in the background. That happens to be our business with this country. Okay? And what happens is this. When we get this sorted out, you'll be losing everything you own. All your house, everything. Because the marshals will come around this time and take it off you. They will take it this time. Whether or not the British will be here to make sure we get it right from you because you've stolen it from us. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about this case I've got coming out. No matter what, there'll be a lot of interest in it and watching us and how I do this, because I'm doing a lawyer's job and a judge's job and a legal advocate's job and a creditor's job and a banker's job, all wrapped up in one. Okay? And I've got all the information here. I've got all the facts. You've got nothing, John Key. You have got nothing. Please, you have got none of you individually. Take your capital fucking name, all those capital letters, and take the fucking things out of here. Take them right off the world because the Pope said to take away with them. Get rid of them. And you're still using them. It's an offence to use those capital letters on me in my court hearing, because I'm warning you, don't use it, because the Pope said don't use it. Okay, so you're violating the international law of United Nations in 193 countries, and if you think you're one of them, you should be booted out, because we're going there. Right? We're going there. The chiefs are going there. You're not even a chief. You're a Mish chief more than anything. So I'm just warning all you people that are watching. I've got my new shirt on. It's a Chinese one, a little bit small. I'll have to get some more bigger ones. But that's the typical fashion of off-white colour. And we will be dressing up for the occasion. Don't you worry about that. We'll soon make something out of you. A lot of thugs. We will seize everything or confiscate. This is a confiscation badge, okay? It is a confiscation badge. Those marshals have got investigation badges, right? They surround the area. And that's the law Obama's using. He's using this law, okay? I put that 6-star badge on it so because it's the devil's one. That's your one, John Key. You and your Ponzi's. You and your fiat money is derived and corrupted our King William flag here of jurisdiction. That's why I said to Natalie Flowerdew Brown, this is one question I ask you straight away. When you open your flipping fucking mouth, this is what I say to you. Which jurisdiction are you going to use onto me today, apart from what I've got in this book up against you? Which jurisdiction are you going to use on me in the court hearing on the 17th? I'm going to ask you 3 times. If you don't ask me 3 times the exact answer I want, with your jurisdiction over the top of that, and remember, this fucking bloody MOAI was in England in the rugby match, going out of the ground. Who the hell is that going to tell you what power that has? That's my own ancestors, you flippin' idiot. Right? Okay, now, You tell me which jurisdiction you've got in here apart from this flag here. Your flag, you want to chuck it away in the rubbish as if it didn't exist. That's you. You useless mongrels. You useless mongrels. Come here to live. You come here, bring your name here, sit on here and do that to us. Like bloody hell, you go back where you came from. That's what we're going to do to you. If we don't like it, we're going to boot you out of here. Because we've had enough of you people coming here and throwing your weight around. Alright? We're going to live our way, not your way, our way. Okay? Now, that's one question I'm going to ask you. The next question is this. Where do you get your sovereignty from? Who are you getting your sovereignty with? Don't say it's Prince Charles, because we're going to boot his ass out of here. He's not wanted here. He's a paedophile. You got paedophiles here, and you follow paedophiles, and all those wretched, corrupted families. And they only take the money out for themselves. They've gone and raked all the money out of the HM Treasury and taken it to the EU Parliament, you bastards. It's over there. That's why I'm saying that royal family on his side of the female line is forbidden to succeed to King William IV here and his line, King George III and King George IV, King William IV and King Ernest August I. Well, we've got King Ernest Augustus V and his son still living, okay? And he's Prince Regent's son. That's ours. That's ours. And you can take yours and bugger off and fuck off out of here. Out of New Zealand. We don't want you in the Pacific. Get out of here. Okay? That's all I'm saying to these people up at Waitangi, at Te Marae. I went and spoke in front of the whole chiefs. And I'll tell you what, we're just so flippin' pissed off with all you and your crooked 1840 treaty. It has got no end date, you bastards. It's got no end date. That's crooked. That's the first fraud, that you mongrels are peeling the money off everyone in this country and the resources and the TPPA. If you piss us around with this flag and our Admiralty, because this is the only Admiralty that's legal here, this one of King William and us, the Hapu chiefs, right? You can forget about your iwi trustees. We're going to boot them in the head too. All those trustees are going to get the boot from us, from the Hapu, because the Pope has demolished all of you fucking lot. He has demolished you and your trusts because they're not the real owners. The land returns to the real owners. Okay? I don't care what anybody says about my swearing. It's just, that's bad. That's how bad it is with you tyrants trying to overpower the people of the world. Okay? You're going to get fired by the Russians. They're watching here too. They're watching us. Because we've got to deal with them. We've got to deal with the Russians. And you mongrels in Australia, and your government's there, you got a thing or two coming. Right? Because it's not the same United Nations anymore. It's going around the other way. Alright? Yeah. That was the second question. Sovereignty. Where do you get your sovereignty from? And then the last question of all, if you don't answer the one, you're off our land with your ship, cut it somewhere and let it go back in the sea beyond 200 miles. Okay? The last one is, where do you get your authority from? Who do you get your authority from? See? You got nothing. You got no authority from any blasted where. Alright, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. On this video. On this video to everybody in the world watching me for all these years. Even since 2007 I've been on Facebook putting things out there. There's over 750 videos out now that I've put on, and a lot of them are like this. Alright, so no different. It's no different. We're just putting a point across that it's time for you people to get wrapped out and go, because it's corrupted in the police force. 14 companies in the police force downtown have got corrupted business, because I've been right through it. I've picked it all out. We're going to take you to court too. We're going to take the iwis to court. Right? We're going to take every single person into court. As soon as we get the Cook Street sorted out, there's some other ones lined up too. But I wanted to do that one first. And then smash the whole world over. All the Queen's 66 million acres, that's just one of them that she's stolen illegally and unlawfully, and no heart, no nothing. And it's the same with you, Prince Charles. I'm not going to have to come after you. I'm just going to tell you straight that you're not welcome here in this country. You're not welcome here in any country, regardless of MOAI jurisdictions. And King William's Constitution here, 1835 Constitution, that's what this flag is. It's an 1835 Constitution. We use the laws of 1830 to 1837 still. No one can tell us to change them. They're fixed, extant forevermore. Institute Law, Westminster, in England. We're transferring them to Devon in England, and we've already made indications and intentions to do that. So it's in play. It doesn't matter what David Cameron does. It's not going to make any difference because he'll get hung too. Everybody who has been violating our laws for their own good, for their own benefit outside of there, is going to get hung in England. Okay, right in front of everybody. That's what happened before with people who are treasonous, and over here too, treason here too. If there's treason here, bang, you get hung too over here. You're going to get hung all over the world. And that's what will happen to anyone who breaks our tradition of trade. And the pound notes is our levy debtor instrument against anybody breaking our law with the hapu. We haven't even started our business up yet since back then, since the early 1850s, 60s. And then 1880s, when the pound note came out, 1888, King Tawhao. We're using that pound note. We have the legal right to use it on you. Any of you perpetrators that are doing this to us, and the only way was to catch me. Put me in your court, then see what you're going to do with me and John. Okay? That's you aliens who are here on these lands, doing that to us, the real landowners. Him and I are the two landowners, apart from others. Don't think that all the Maoris are real. No. Some of them got the wrong names, you see. They've been bodied. Now they've got a DNA test kit to see who's crooked and who. Too late. We're going to hang anybody who's been violating and stealing all these years. You're going to get hung. That's all we say. That's all we say. Regardless of your police, because we'll bring the military in and then get them. Right? We get them instead. And there's other means of us setting up business. I'm only interested in business and protecting that business right around the world. That's how we're supposed to be. But you elite people are taking all the business for yourselves and leave everybody else with nothing. Well, you're going to find yourself with nothing. Okay, you'll be taken off here because we've got to give it back to the other people who haven't had a chance at anything and take you off. Take you off. It won't take much to take you off if you're being fraudulent. It's not going to be hard to find fraud around the world. So that's how we're doing it. We're going to attract people around the world to join us and to join MOAI, King William Party, right through the world, and we'll share all the spoils of what we recover back to you. I have some other things I wanted to say, but I'll leave those for later. Apart from that, I'm putting the case together now, full on, from now to the 17th. Only just started it, and draw it all up. And everything will be online. So that means there's no room for anyone to move. That's what I've been doing all along, disclosing everything, and find who's going to try and find something else to get around it. But you'll know before the judge knows what's going to happen with me. Okay? And if he does anything, then somebody's going to be suspected of anyway. And the system is corrupted. That's all I'm saying. The system is corrupted, and the Pope said the only way to fix it was to get rid of it. And that's what we're doing. We're getting rid of all of them and everything that's corrupted. And even the police are corrupted. They've got 14 companies that are corrupted in there. I know they're just across the road down on Mahuhu Crescent, where I was staying in downtown. I saw them. how they operate. So it's not going to take me much to take them, slam them right into court. As soon as I get one court going, bang, that'll be going right through the well, because I'm going to be pretty good at it. Okay, other than that, I just wanted to thank all my staff and thank the marshals for being there for me, and up at Waitangi assisted me, and also to Hoepa Ibiha up at Matari Bay. To you, mate, very good on you. Excuse all the swearing, but can't help it. When it gets this bad, that's what it is. Especially when they do that to us. Then there's no other stronger words for it. So with all your help, and with Kingi Taurua there, to get this one sorted. Kingi, you asked me the question, what's the best way to implement our sovereignty? I can tell you right now, Kingi, this will end everything for this government, their police, their everything, is to whack that 1840 obelisk over. And that's the end of them. They'll have no title to nothing. Now that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. If all else fails. If these police, if these judges give me a hard time, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Right? I'm telling you now, I'll just warn you, that's just about to happen. When that happens, it's because I've got the original title here to Te Marae blocks. Okay? I've got the original Te blocks here with one house on it. Okay? So, that tells you something. Where did I get it? How did I manage to get it? I tell you, all the chiefs gave it to me. Everything. Those chiefs that are gone, you bastards, I can kill them. They didn't even get nothing out of you. You Pākehās, you took everything. There's some good Pākehās, I must say, but I like the other Pākehā that's going to get us ahead and bang the bloody thing over. That obelisk has been the biggest fraud out, biggest scam this side of the bloody Pacific, is that bloody memorial sitting right there. I've been going there for 15 years to look at the damn thing and wished one day I would bang the bloody thing over myself. There's somebody to bang it over. So it'll go over. It'll go over. And that's the end of you, John Key. That's the end of your TPP. That's the end of everything in this country. That's the end of it, because go back to the British military and the Hapu and other Pākehās who like us. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Other Pākehās who like us. I'm just going through this book which got the original title to the Koti. Yeah, this is the book. That's got the original house. I was trying to find a house on this book. Just to let you know, I mean business. I have the titles to Auckland, the original titles, and I have the original titles to Te Marae blocks up there, which was from the Te blocks in Matari Bay, where they signed, where all the chiefs met under the Pohutukau tree. To you, Hoepa and the old man there, my grateful thanks to you. I will get this sorted. If this all goes the other way against us in this court hearing, if those Pākehās try any tricks, this one's going to get dropped right on them. It's going to get dropped right on them. That'll be the end of the fucking lot of them. Alright? Because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing in land information and land titles of the old deeds, and the Rogan in me, the Rogan judge and the Cosgrove lawyers in me, and my own native. Alright, so just don't get in my road, you policemen, because it's going to be turning up against you, and someone will come to your place and snap the whole thing off you. Everything. Completely everything, okay? I'm just telling you. Once I get this sorted out, you won't have anything left to rub two stones together. That's the TB321 block, okay? All the owners in there. I know which ones are real owners and which ones are not the real owners. So I know who's on that block. I know who's on the TB3 block, okay? I've been through it all on the trust there. I was on the trust there. So I'm just saying to you, all you people in the world watching this video, that I'm talking about the land block where this country was put together with this flag, okay, with this flag. Okay, the 1835 Declaration of Independence flag was put together with that title. with this title. Okay? I'm just showing you that I'm not here for nothing. I'm here to fix this country up with others, like-minded people. Not so much natives, but other people who have had a guts full of these corporate Ponzi's, sitting on, pouncing around on our land and taking everything for themselves. Well, you won't get nothing no more, donkey. I'm just warning you, and Prince Charles, you, this is the title. You fellas are going straight past us in this flag, straight past us, and going straight to talk to those iwi Maoris who have got nothing. Who have got nothing. Okay? They've got nothing to their name. Right? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. To the judge. Okay? It's got to the judge. Okay? To the judge, the registrar. Okay? Yeah. If you want to know anything, it's in my head. Right? It's in my head. If you want to know anything about land, it's in my head. Okay? I'm not going to have it there forever, because I'm going to have a life too, instead of all this bastard things you fellas have done to this country. Wrecking it, and the bloody fish in the sea, and the bloody skies. You mongrels that are corporate thugs, and all those Illuminatis are wrecking this world. You're wrecking this world, John Key, you and your bloody Jews. Okay, I can say what I like. I can say what I like here. You're not going to stop me from saying what I like here, because we're venting our anger at you in legal form, right? In legal form, that you are not worth being here. We're going to put you out or hang you with the Queen. With the Queen. You hang you with the Queen. That's what MOAI says. That's not what I say. That's what MOAI says. Okay? MOAI says that. Anybody else who thinks it's a good idea? It's a popular decision of people. So there, these are the original names in the title book, but no one gets to see it, okay? No one gets to see it. Too bad. I've got it. And that's all, that's where it stays. It stays with me because I'm entrusted with it. Okay, so that's from the Ututonga family from the East Coast, on our land blocks, and that's what this book is. The Ututonga titles, between Ngāpuhi and the Ngāti Pro people. Okay, I don't call them Ngāti Pro or Ngāti. No, I just call them native. That's how it was. Okay, the Ngāti came out with the Pākehās. The Pākehās are the biggest deceivers out in the world. The white man is the biggest deceiver. You'll see all the comments I do on my Facebook and on my Twitter and on my YouTube. You'll all see them all over the place. Even though I got Irish in me, my DNA is Irish, Irish 20% and 20% English on the Ruggin, and Irish on the Cosgrove side, 20%, and 50% Tahitian on the MOAI side, 50% on my father's side, and 10% on my mother's side of Rarotonga. Okay, that's me. That's how I put myself, and the Africans will not be too far away when I go there and sort that country out too. I'll be going there. I've got some girl waiting for me there, black girl, beautiful girl. So she'll take me through to the pyramids and take me to his chief. Take me to her chief. Okay, that's what I want to say today. So apart from that, I'm going to write out all the what I wanted to say to the court judge. I didn't want to go into the High Court because it's a waste of time. I'm not after money. Okay, I'm not after money. I'm just after the crooks. I'm just after the crooks. Remember that. I'm going to make the money out of our own pound note, out of you lot that are actually running these courts and running the police and running everything rampant, and the government and everybody in the world, right through the world. You're going to get the pound note because we have a legal right to use it. Well, it's still ours, and no one's going to break that contract. Even after the Westminster's gone, it's still there with us in Devon, in England, on King William's property. King of Hanover, Germany, King of Ireland, Scotland, England, and New Zealand. Aotea, and Pacific Islands, and the world for that matter, when we finish with everything. Okay, so that's all I want to say today. Up to it. I'm up to it. So we're going to get stuck in tomorrow, Saturday, and catch up with you people, catch up with my crew sometime next week before we 5 days out from the court hearing. I still got a chance to go into the High Court to take my case. I don't think it need to go into the High Court because I'll clip its wings at the lower District Court, because I don't need to go into High Court because there's nothing there to go there for, because they would not have the jurisdiction to do this court hearing at a high level in England. They will not be able to do it. It'll have to go to the High Court of Admiralty in England, and anybody getting shoved into there will have to pay their way there. We don't. It's already in there, so I'm not going to bother. So if anybody want to take me out, you better go to the High Court in England. Don't try and put it through any of these courts, because they're not good enough. They are not good enough. The Chinese businessmen don't even go to these courts, because they're only for playboys and people of less mana, less authority, less jurisdiction, and less sovereignty. You haven't got any sovereignty, you people. You haven't got the Queen above the judge's head. I did say that. The Queen is not there. The Queen is not there. That's deceiving you. The judge is deceiving you when he says the Queen on the police, right? The crown. Now, I got issues about that crown on there. Look, whose crown is that? You see, whose crown is that? That's the Queen's crown. She's in trouble. She's in trouble. They're in trouble because she's not there. She's in the EU Parliament, people. She is in the EU Parliament and has raked all the money out of England and left it in debt twice over. Okay, I'm accusing her for all these things because I'm going there to audit our trust, the Queen Victoria Trust and King William Trust. Okay, I'm going there to sack her as the head of the trust, and I'm going to be the fucking trustee myself. Okay, I'll do a better job than her and dish the money out to the right people. Alright, that's all I want to say. Sorry about the crooked language, but the churches have got these crooks in there. They're worse than me. They are worse than me for killing babies and doing all the wrong things inside a church. Not so much the church, but it's the people, the Jesuits and these Illuminatis running the churches rampant and hiding themselves, the devil, inside the church. You're going to get caught. You're going to get caught. The Russians start shooting your head off, and everybody else, the Syrians and Iran and all those other people, North Korea and all those people, shut your head off. Okay, not me. Won't be me. I've got enough to do alone with King William and MOAI. MOAI doesn't even shed a bit of blood. No, he don't do that. God don't do that. That's the truth, law. You can't face it. You shouldn't be there. Okay, thank you very much, people. See you later. Have a nice weekend, because it's Friday today, and we're going to keep on working right through the weekend and right to the 17th. Bye. See ya. Turn it off.